Hello and welcome back to the next episode of our Operation Watchtower campaign in Solomon Sea, Southwest Pacific. But the action right now is in Solomon Sea, where we have this task force which we attacked last time and sunk a light carrier. I can't remember what it was. Tayo. I hope I pronounced it at least vaguely correctly. Wasn't usual as I expected, or Higo. It's Tayo. Anyways, we are still racing with Task Force Solomon, if you can call it racing, to catch up with us, but they are 15 to 19 knots. We are still 25 knots, so we are quite faster than they are. And we have just sent our Avengers to attack it as well. So I'll get the Avengers to get there and we will see how that goes. Well, I tried to keep track of the task force that we sunk Tayo in, but I believe it entirely ownerlessly despawned on me. Because it was just going, gone, and I couldn't find it anymore. I found this merchant, so I'm going to vent my anger on that instead. Looks like good hits. We probably will get our one command point shortly. I would say the chances are that, well, she's taking water, she's sitting very deep. And she's burning, which is never good for her, so I suspect she's going to go down shortly. And indeed she is going down. So yet another command point. We need 110, I believe, to get a Enterprise back. And we've got another sub-hunting expedition. I have actually seen recently a very good video on YouTube. I think the channel is called World War II US Bombers or something like that. And it now runs a series on hunting the submarines in North Atlantic. It's a great series. I really recommend that you would watch it. And it talks about the weapons, it talks about how they used sonobuoys, which is really cool. And also it talks about how the lethal... Yeah, nice. Not even being underwater. How the lethal range of those bombs, depth charges, was about 24 feet from the sub, and they were set to detonate at about 25 feet. This one looks like it's going down. It's definitely not moving anymore. We'll see whether she will drop or not. So basically, if the sub was deeper than about 50 feet, then it was safe. In this case, it wouldn't have been. It would have probably killed it. But yeah, it's fascinating. It also, the latest that video that I was watching also had information on, because what he shows a lot is the actual sounds captured from later the sonobuoys or from inside the sub and so on. And it shows how different the sounds actually are from what we see in the movies or anywhere else, to be honest. It's yeah, the sounds are nothing like this. And she is going down, and our Mitchells scored another victory. Excellent. Yeah, I would thoroughly recommend watching those videos. If I remember, I will put a link in the description. It's real great. I've learned quite a bit about the hunting things. I thought I knew a bit, and I learned so much more that I didn't know. And here we have more Mitchells searching for a sub, which they just found. You can see the Mitchells here. Sub is unfortunately they are extremely well silhouetted against the sky or the rising sun, so the sub will spot them shortly. Right now the dive planes are still path for the surface, so it looks like she hasn't spotted them yet, but they are going down and she's starting her emergency dive. I would say that they should be here when she is still on surface. Let's see whether any of those explosions would be in the 25 feet lethality range. I'm pretty sure they would be. Well, some of them were right on the top of the sub. This would be one dead sub. And it looks like it is a one dead sub because there is no propulsion and she's going down, even though it doesn't look like... Yeah, it's one dead sub. Excellent. 2 subs killed. I think we have only about 13 or 14 subs that we need to deal with now. Which is not a huge amount. There's lots of air escaping this sub. And she's done for. And RTB, thank you, Mitchells. I sent the Mitchells to hunt deep in Pacific because there was something which looked like a patrol. It was either a destroyer patrol or a sub. It appears that it is a sub after all, and we are going to drop lots of bombs on it, and they are dropping. I'm in line ahead because that tends to cover things better when you are coming from one of the sides, stern or port, assuming it hits, and although it did hit. I was more towards the stern of the sub, as you can see, which appears to be fairly heavily damaged, as well as the midsection. But we'll see. She seems to be dropping quite a bit. So she's shortly either going to emergency blow or explode or sink. And she is dead indeed. Thank you very much, Mitchells. The Pacific excursion proved to be fairly useful. So it's a 3rd sub out of 3. Yeah, the subs they can be powerful, but the AI can't use them, unfortunately. RTB. I think that means that Type A is now officially extinct. Yeah, extinction event for Type A submarines, which is very good. I'm very happy with, because subs are annoying, so if we can sink them all the better. We have a small patrol made of old destroyer and a light cruiser here. I launched a form of Avengers against this light cruiser patrol. Because this is sort of like ideal target for them. Nothing much happens if they don't sink it. If they do sink it, it's great. They have only low caliber AAA, which is still dangerous, don't take me wrong. It's still unpleasant, but it's not as bad as if they were attacking a heavy cruiser or anything like that. Torpedoes dropped. Prepare to drop, boys. More torpedoes dropped. And she's turning. We'll see whether it will help or not. Well, it means the first 3 will definitely miss. The rest we will see. We lost 1 Avenger, I think. Maybe not. Okay, we haven't got a boat number 2 even. 3. Yay! I am surprised. I guess it's the payback for the other attack that we had, where 9 torpedoes hit and none of them exploded. We had something better now. Let's us do the count. We have 7 torpedoes total out of which 3 hit, so it's not entirely 50%, but not too far away. So I would say pretty good. Unfortunately, all of them were centered in the bow, which is a bit of a pity, but it's still at least a light cruiser in the docks, if nothing else. So I am fairly happy with this. We will see where we will get with her. It's highly unlikely we will get a magazine explosion because it's almost certain that the front magazine is flooded. Which would be nice if we were to engage her in fight, because that means that her bow 4 main guns would be out of action and she would be able to use only her stern 3 guns. So it's 50% of her armaments out, most likely. And as usual, IJN, extremely good damage control teams. No comment there. Managed to get everything under control. I've got Dauntlesses coming in, and that's probably going to be the last engagement of this episode. And our Dauntlesses found the patrol again. You can just barely see them here. They are circling to gain altitude, and then they will all attack this light cruiser and hopefully sink it. I would say a few good hits amidship should do her in. Unfortunately, one thing which I really don't like on the TTE changes is they've changed that you have to get the altitude with a attacking plane before you can do dive bombing, which is perfectly okay. That's how it should be. But if you fly in at 3,000 feet, that's stupid. The planes should enter the area at 7,000 if that's what they are bombing from, because they did climb up before the attack, but in general they were flying. Yeah, never mind. Let's put it like this: you didn't show up you didn't fly in above the task force that you were about to attack within 1,000 yards and then started to climb up. You were climbing up well before sort of you were entering it. So like if the planes were entering at the edge of the area, then I could take it. But a plane that spawns at 3,000 feet and then has to spend circling because it spawned directly over the task force it's going to attack, it's just... I believe it would have been better if they put the dive bombers, if they put the altitude at which they spawn, maybe not 7,000, but make it 5,000. Anyway, we are coming in for our attack shortly. So far they are, the destroyer is making some evasive maneuvers, but the cruiser is only now starting to go evasive. We will see how that goes. And the first section is dropping its bomb now, and it narrowly missed. Second section has a good hit. Not in the area that I would have liked. This is much better. This was a good one. This was not so great. And I think we are all out. We will see whether it's enough. There were some very nice hits amidship. Fewer than I would have liked, but still, is critical. Anyway, regardless of whether she sinks or not, this is the final engagement of the episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing or commenting. If you did already, then thank you very much. You helped the channel quite a bit and I do appreciate it. So let's watch whether she will sink or not, and I will see you at the next video, whenever that is.